Every war breaks something: a home, a village, a heart. But sometimes, in those broken places, something soft stays behind. We talk a lot about soldiers, about bravery and sacrifice, and we should. But there is another kind of courage too, the quiet kind. The kind that sits by a fire with no medals, no speeches, no one even watching. This story is about that kind. About a thread of kindness passed from one small hand to someone who never even knew their name. Just stay with me a little while. You will see kindness can go farther than any bullet ever could. Two sisters. Jane was 12, Mary was 9. They lived in a sleepy English village where Sunday smelled like baking bread and the echo of morning prayers. They would sit cross-legged by the fireplace, blankets around their shoulders, listening to their mother hum while soup simmered slowly. Then the war came. The radio started crackling with bad news. Black envelopes started arriving. One by one, the men of the village left. And one evening, the girls looked up at their mother and asked, "What can we do?" Their mother did not cry. She just opened a drawer and pulled out 2 balls of yarn. "We will knit," she said, "for the soldiers." So they did, every night by the fire. Mary's stitches were too tight. Jane's fingers moved slower but steadier. When Mary got tangled, Jane would gently undo the knots and say, "It's all right, Wool forgives." The scarves they made were far from perfect. Some too long, some lumpy, some with dropped stitches they did not catch. But they smelled like the house in winter. A mix of warm clothes, old wood, and something gently floral Mom always used. "Maybe mine will keep someone warm," Mary whispered. "Maybe mine will feel like home," Jane said. They did not know who would wear them. They just believed their love would get there somehow. They kept knitting when sirens howled, when the wind shook the windows, when food was running low and wool was getting harder to find. One specially bitter night in December, Jane sat quietly by the fire, pulling apart her own scarf to finish one they had started for a soldier. Mary was horrified and said, "But you will freeze." Jane shrugged and replied, "So will someone else." They believed that even small hands could do something good, and a scarf could be a kind of bravery too. Far from their village, in a snowy field in France, a soldier lay bleeding in the frost. He was cold, dizzy, tired. He reached for the scarf around his neck, navy blue, soft, a little uneven. He pressed it to the wound in his side. The wool stiffened, soaked, held, and somehow he lived. He never knew the girls, never knew where the scarf came from, but he kept it, folded neatly in a drawer next to his medals. Time passed. Jane became a teacher. Mary painted flowers on teacups. One winter, Mary was rummaging through an old drawer and found a dusty ball of yarn. She held it up, smiling, and called her sister. "Do you remember that freezing December night?" she asked, "when you gave away your own scarf just to finish the soldiers?" Jane laughed and said, "Yeah, I could not feel my nose for 2 days." They did not talk much about the war anymore, but the memories still sat between them, warm and quiet. You never really know where your kindness ends up. A note, a meal, a scarf. Somewhere someone might still be holding on to something you gave without thinking twice. Not all heroes are loud. Not all bravery is seen. Sometimes kindness wraps around the world quietly, just one stitch at a time. So, if the world feels heavy and you're wondering whether your softness matters, think of Mary and Jane. They never saw the face they saved, but they trusted the thread of love they were weaving. And that's what I hope for you too. Never stop being gentle, especially when no one's watching. If this story felt like a quiet excel, maybe pass it on. The world could use more of that. And if you would like more soft, soulful stories like this one, subscribe to the Petal Pages. Thanks for sitting with me. See you in the next story.